Welcome once again, Who fans, to the inevitable midweek Wildcard Stu Who promo. Obviously, we've just come out of a great week of Brony Shot Club and Grill promotions, which have been running on Twitter, and thank you for your support. And I'd just like to say to everyone who's participated in these great events that it's good to be with. It's good to be able to represent something, even if it's a little more corporate than you'd be otherwise expect from me. Me and corporations and merchandising and everything else go hand in hand over the history, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But it's nice to be able to represent, sort of support somebody else in business, and because of this, it's good to get back in the saddle and do something a bit more down to earth and sort of low key. I mean, for example, this week I'm up against Extreme. Now, obviously, me and Extreme have got history. We go back quite a way away, and the two of us usually have differences. Whenever we've met each other in the past, the two of us haven't met on equal footing. We've usually met as extreme ends of the spectrum. Like this, Extreme's been much of a dick heel. I've been pretty much the shiny light boy, facey guy, and of course now we're both kind of on the same side, but X doesn't see it that way. X sees me as some kind of crappy reject TV champion wannabe who's currently holding a title that has no meaning, despite the fact that I am currently trying to give that title as much meaning and respect that it's worth in SCW. He is obviously the United Champion, which he won quite convincingly, etc., 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 yada yada yada. And hasn't really done much else with since he got it. Now, not to say that he's not a good champion, of course not. It's just that with all the Sinistry walking around and teaming up with Dawning and things like that, the United Champion has been less touting his United Championship and more sort of playing second fiddle in the whole Sinistry thing, next to Doug, the Global Champion. So, whereas he's mired himself in the politics and the back and the whole sort of defense of SCW against the Sinistry, he, of course, has neglected to include me in that thing, and as he came out and said earlier this week, it's because he doesn't think I'd be any more of an asset. He equated me to Roscoe Shame, which is a bit of a shame for a shame. It's part of his mentality. See, X is one of these don't play war with others guys. Back in Anti-Heroes Anonymous, it was an uneasy troop. It was kind of like we were a group of individuals who happened to have common goal. It's a bit like how the Leaderless Rebellion is working at the moment. The idea that three people can get together and do something constructive is great, and I'm all for it. I mean, obviously, N Factor, the Cult of Personality, all of that kind of stuff I've been involved with myself has always been based around the number 3. Which is part of the reason why this whole conspiracy thing has been annoying me, or getting to me quite so much, is because the number 3 has been quite prevalent in my life, and so it seems very, very, very apt for it to be now all in the forefront and playing on my head and playing tricks on me and stuff. It's almost like someone is trying to send a message, and it's a very effective way of getting one up at me. Obviously, we have brand newbie Jason Scene, who so far has taken responsibility for it. Excuse me. So far taken responsibility for it. Now, if he turns out to not be the guy doing this, or he's with the people who are, but there's other people to it, then obviously it's my duty to sort of find them, expose them, and deal with them as I see fit. It's fine for him to spout off again about me and to antagonize me, and for X to sort of pick up on this and go that because of this free thing I'm not on my game and all the rest of it, which is fine. I'll admit I'm not, but I have won a championship, so I've got to be doing something right, or at least when I put my mind to it, I can still see past the distraction. So at least in the moment, I'm fine. Or am I? I don't know, you tell me. Thing is, X, is that I may not be the greatest asset in your fight against the Sinistry, but as you said yourself, the Sinistry's kind of destroyed itself this week, so Doug is rapidly clutching at the dribbling remains of his once powerful empire as it slips through his fingers. But actually all that's happened is he's turned on Marco and Sabra's on holiday, so once she's back, what happens? I mean, are you going to try and destroy the Sinistry before she returns, in an hope that her and Slade will see their ways, turn on Doug, and that's all, bed of roses things, or what? We don't know. X, we don't know what you're doing, because every time we see you on telly, you're mucking around with Darling, and not in a yay buddy chum Darling and me, oh look we're so good pals, ha. No, you're distracting Darling from the big mission he's got of dealing with the Sinistry. He's there trying to solve the Sinistry issue, trying to keep the company working and doing what it's doing really well, and you're there getting in the way and distracting him, and generally just being a nuisance. So, typical X, really. So, yeah, it's fine if you want to do that, and want to be remembered as the United Champion that spent most of his time pissing off the GM, that's fine. And not in the usual kind of, I'm going to dick all over you, ha ha kind of way. More just a, hey, darling, hey, have this popcorn dispenser. Hey, darling, hey, have this soda dispenser. Hey, darling, can I get your mail for you? Hey, darling, can I shine your shoes? Hey, darling, want a blowjob? It's that kind of relationship we see from you, X. I mean, how is that helping? I mean, ugh. At least with me, by not getting involved, despite the fact that I've openly said that I really would quite happily show Doug exactly what it means to lead a cult, to be a messiah, to lead a revolution, you just don't want me there. And it's fine. I'm not going to piss on your chips if you don't want me there, and Doug's that not bothered about me anymore, then fuck it. I will quite happily do my own thing and the Sinistry thing and ignore 6 or 7 other people on the roster and not me. As great as it sounds, I love SCW, but SCW will survive this. I've pointed this one out before. The Sinistry is a phase, just like other phases we've had before. Trying to think. Dougie Fresh and Ryan Ruckus. It's always Doug. Really? No? Ryan's gone, so it's always Doug now. It's every time it's Doug. Back and forth. It's just Mr. Repeat Man. It's what I mean. We've done it before. We've done this dance. We know the outcome. He'll get beat down a bit. He'll have his moment of glory. Then eventually he'll get beaten down, and everyone will move on from it. And then he'll build up again, and he'll come back. It's fine. We've done it. It's nothing new. The only difference is this time he's a bit more insane than he's previously been, and he doesn't have someone else equally as insane in the form of Ryan Ruckus or other similar next to him to help him. Although he does have Damien Lester. Damien Lester is insane in a different way. Damien Lester is insane in the Malice kind of way. So it's a different kind of insanity, and we'll see how Slade the Executioner takes to Damien Lester. They might get along. Lester might be a bit too extreme for Slade. Slade might decide that his kind of more chivalrous ways don't really fit with Lester's outlook, and the two might be about as immiscible as water and oil. We'll see. I'm quite happy to wait and see, because I have other things to deal with, and X is not one of them. So hey, this week I get to take on the United Champion as the Bernie Strip Club and Grill Champion. Go Burn. And the two of us don't have to worry about each other. We can literally go out there, have a good match, and beat the crap out of each other, and all we need to do at the end is pin, or make the other tap. We don't have to worry about agendas, we don't have to worry about politics, we don't even have to worry about skill levels. All we do is we go in there, and we have fun. Yeah, we do, and put a show on for all the fans, like we used to, like the days of old. And everything will be fine. See? And, yeah, who knows? Maybe X will learn to respect me the way everybody else learned to respect me. In the ring, fighting my ass, effort on the line, 150% given, 150% expected, and when he finally gives up the ghost and says, actually, you know, Stu Hoo's not a bad guy, I'm really having to give my all to beat him, then he might just turn around and begrudgingly say, you know what, I was slightly wrong to call Stu boo-hoo, yada yada, worst it, past it, gone all wrong. He actually can wrestle. Oh, what a surprise. It's only something I've been doing for quite a long time now. As everybody on the SCW universe, the SKU-universe, already knows. So, in summation, X, because I don't want to drag on, I've got other things to be doing, such as getting ready for this match, doing some more endorsements for Bernie Strip Club and Grill. By the way, keep tuned to Twitter. The next promotion week should be in a week's time. Probably, it may even start after Wildcard on Sunday, or after Sunday. We'll see. I mean, I need to talk to Bernie, find out what the latest offers are going to be, and whether or not we can manage to get 2 for 1 on the lap dancing with ribs. But, you know, we'll see. Watch this space. Watch rather my Twitter space and use the codes. Okay. So yeah. X, you might think that I am worthless now and that I'm past it, Hall of Famer who doesn't deserve anything, and that I'm going to steal all of the Sinner Awards from you. But to be frankly honest, X, given my, let's say, lackluster 2012 performance, I'm not actually expecting any Sinner Awards this year, compared to the likes of Saber Nikolaev and what's his face? Marco Flint, sorry, and Spectre, and Roscoe Shame has been actually quite good. Michael Funder's had an awfully good run. Chris Strike's not been bad. Dougie Fret, you see, there's loads of people who are not Stu who deserve recognition. What I know. I know. It's like, what's this? Stu Who saying he's not the best? Stu Who denying an accolade? Who is this guy? Who's put the wrong person on front of camera? X, we grow up, we mature, we come to an understanding in this industry. We don't necessarily have to be on top 100% of the time. I admit right now that 2012 Stu Who was not as good as 2010 Stu Who. I admit that 2012 Stu Who maybe not been as good as 2009 Stu Who. It's just the way things happen, and maybe Stu Who right now is not even Stu Who right now is certainly nowhere near as good as Global Champion Stu Who that headlined the very first pay-per-view of this company, the formation of SCW, and it was the champion leading this company into the transition to SCW. I was the prime sinner when we became the City of Sins wrestling promotion. So, while I'll admit that at the moment I am not as good as I used to be in terms of standings, oh wait, I am. Sorry. Yeah, who's currently leading the Vegas Cup leaderboard? Oh wait, that's me. Who's currently undefeated on a small streak? Oh wait, that'd be me again. And who else is undervalued in the company enough that everybody else just overlooks him and calls him the Grand Sham Champion? Because hey, I've owned every title in SCW apart from the TV title. That's no longer available. I get the equivalent, and that doesn't count. So I'm not bitter about it. I'm just saying I'm as good as you are. And I've had the tag title twice, 3 times possibly. I don't deserve awards this year. But that doesn't mean that the respect that I've earned, the respect I've garnered, the respect I've been awarded over my career is not something to brush under the carpet. It's something to be looked upon and respected, because that's what respect is for. So, X, as much as I respect you, and as much as I'm happy with what you've done with your life, you really, really, really need to stop acting like an asshole with everybody else. If you want to play on a team, you have to learn to be a team player. And being a team player does not just mean I'm going to stand next to Shelby Lynn and not be in charge of her. Okay? Revolutions need a leader. We've had this discussion before. You guys need to sort out if this revolution even carries on anymore. You're all separate, you're all doing your own thing. You're not a team anymore. You're on Team Darling. Leader of Team Darling is Darling. Get my drift? You're a follower, X. That's all. Don't worry, doesn't matter. You may be the United Champion, but you're still a follower. Don't worry. So is Saber. Anyway, I'll see you in the ring.